music from Carnage the Executioner with Ravenous. The latest from Dark Hymn Be Allah Christ, featuring Allah Real with Breath of Life. The Leonard Simpson duo with Nobody, and brand new music from Dueling Experts. The title track and the title song from the upcoming album, The Dueling Experts, featuring Recognize Ali and Verbal Kent. This is the Ever Sweet Cast Wham 90.1 FM, D Major, Cheryl Metal. And join us in the studio right now. It is Carnage, the Executioner, along with Spy MC. Gentlemen, how are you?
We are good. Setting up.
Yeah, I see.
Getting ready for a live performance.
Yeah. San Antonio. Yeah, San Antonio. Yeah, we've been trying to get everything set for a wonderful performance for you to enjoy. So, hey, bear with us. But as these two gentlemen get everything set, we're going to let you know about the upcoming SEA Awards coming up in May. That not only myself and Aaron Sweet, but my partner in crime, Cheryl Mello, is nominated for 2, 3 awards as well.
Yeah, it's crazy. Again, this is the 7th year in a row I've been nominated for Photographer Journalist of the Year for my work here in San Antonio, which thank you, San Antonio. Going South Magazine is up for Website App of the Year. I'm up for the Social Media Award. We have so many friends. Tosine from Austin, who's up for Graphic Artist. Yolanda Hernandez, who's up for Power Player. Mitch James, Slept On Artist. Ruler Y, DJ Hella Yella. Millie Mars, Vocab, Third Root, YB, York Beats. Like, this is like an obscene amount of San Antonio representation that's up on the SEA Awards this year. We need everybody to vote. Voting will end, what'd I say?
About mid-March.
Yeah, about March 15th. Voting is over. All the nominees are listed. You can go to southernentawards.com and vote. Vote your San Antonio people, man.
Yeah.
Let's show them what San Antonio support looks like. Because we know.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Talk to me, Spy. How was the tour so far?
The tour has been amazing. My homie, Carnage the Executioner, we've been attempting to put together a string of dates for him and I for, I don't know, however many years, and finally we're able to land that for 2020 as my first venture outside of San Antonio. And I believe, I don't know, how long have you been on the road so far in 2020?
This is my first tour of 2020.
And this is also Carnage's first tour of 2020. So Appetite for Construction tour is going to end here with y'all tonight on the Urban Suite.
Awesome. Like I said, 2 shows here in San Antonio, of course, doing How We Do It Limelight on Wednesday, and then the event over at Friends of Sound on Thursday, which Cheryl and I were lucky enough to.
And that was great.
And y'all showed up right on time.
Yes,
I was
did.
going to make Carnage keep going until y'all got there.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Yeah, y'all went on time.
Man, thank you for coming back to San Antonio and giving us an experience. I know you're trying to get everything set, but
We're almost there. Pretty
we're
much.
almost there. Okay.
Yeah.
Now come over here.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Let's talk to the people.
Talk to okay.
Yeah.
What am I going to say? Okay.
So, for those who are not familiar, give them a little background of everything.
Me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm Terrell Woods, aka Carnage the Executioner. I've been rapping and beatboxing and all of that for more years of my life than I haven't been. I started beatboxing when I was about 8 or 9 years old. Started teaching myself how to rap when I was 12 or 13. And I did my first official recording in 93. And I never really looked back since then.
Man.
Yeah.
Man. When, like I said, we just played the Show Saver.
Oh, that's what you played?
Great track to start off everything.
Thank you.
Do you really get people walking
Oh,
up
yeah.
to you asking for advice or?
Yeah, look, mostly emails, like emails and like social media stuff. Like I get stuff on Twitter. Now it's Instagram. A lot of people hit me up on Instagram. A guy hit me up the other day on Facebook Messenger and said, you know, shout out to Caesar. He's a dope beatboxer from Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay.
And he's seeing me out here touring. He said, I want some advice on how to take my music to the next level and make a career out of it. Can you give me some advice? And I said, way more than I have time to type. So let's change numbers. Let's exchange numbers, and when I get back from tour, I'll give you a call, and I'm gonna do just that. So that was an example of something that happened just 3 days ago. You know, the homie hit me up and was like, "Yo, I want to. You're very inspirational. I want to see what I can do to get in that position." So, yeah, and that's probably the third or fourth one I've gotten this year already.
Really?
You know, yeah.
Wow,
Like,
that's
you know,
barely third
right.
weekend into
Right.
the month already.
Yep.
Wow.
And
that's a lot.
so it's cool that people are seeing the grind and they respect me enough to hit me up and ask me certain questions about what it takes to get to a level that they see me at. And yeah, I don't take that for granted. I don't walk around with a chip on my shoulder like, yeah, you know. It's more like, yeah, people see me as a mentor and as a staple and a pillar in the hip hop community, and they ask me for advice, and I'm willing to give it. You know, and I also ask for advice. I've asked OGs who have been doing it longer than me, or have been doing it on a level that's, you know, more, what is the word? More of an apex than where I'm at.
Yeah.
I ask them, you know, what can I do? What am I not doing right? And, you know, so, you know, there's a give and take that needs to happen more in the hip hop community where it's less about ego and more about helping each other out.
Amen.
And
Exactly.
I think that's happening on a level, and I am definitely an advocate of that, and I'm one of the ones who's prominent in making that type of thing happen. So I feel good about that.
Yeah, everyone's a certain expert in their own little lane,
Right.
and everyone can learn from each other.
Exactly.
That goes without saying.
That goes without saying. Exactly.
So, what can we expect from you with everything once we get going here?
I am going to hook my loop pedals up, and I'm going to make beats, beatboxing live on the spot here on the radio. And if I feel like it, maybe I'll rap over some of the stuff too. But I'm just going to do a live in the radio studio, in the radio studio performance, and see what happens. I just kind of do whatever happens. I don't have a plan.
Okay.
No plan A, no plan B. Let's just see what happens.
No problem. We're kind of flying, making sure we got everything straight. So when you got in here, you can get set up properly.
Mhm.
So no
Appreciate
problem.
it,
We're
yeah.
we're running a tight schedule around here too. Not a problem.
Well,
We appreciate you being here, and thank you for what you've sent to us, and we're definitely getting everything in true rotation.
I appreciate that. I could use some radio play.
Speaking of, let's go ahead and get into Eat to Live.
Ooh, that's a good one. Thank you.
Yes, it is. Hey, y'all, stay tuned. We got more coming up. The second hour of the Urban Suite is coming up next.